Hi, welcome back, and let's go. Let's just go. Right, we've got our arm set up with it's in symbols, it's in segments. The pivot points are in the right place. We've got a hierarchy in place. The timeline, we've got about 83 frames there to play with. So we're going to start animating this thing using IK. Now, there are three things to remember before you start in IK, or for IK to work. First of all, you have to have the animate button on in order to see the bones. So I'll turn that on. The second thing is to select the IK tool. So select the IK tool. The third thing is to select the element that you want to start animating. So I'm going to select the hand in the timeline here. So there we go, and there are the bones. Right, so the animation I'm going to do with this is... Ow! His elbow. The animation I'm going to do here is a kind of like a quick draw thing. So his arm's going to be ready, and then he's going to go... and he's going to have a gun, and then... recoil and put the gun back. So it's going to be a quick movement, but it's going to give us a good introduction into to the way IK can be keyed out and stuff. So you can see as I've been moving this hand around, it's created keyframes on all the layers, and that's how it works in Animate. You can just go to a frame, move one element, and it will set elements on all three layers, or however many layers are in your hierarchy. So I'll just undo that. Right, so his ready pose. Let's start this. I'm going to have him ready. He's hovering over his pistol. Let me just move all of this on into the border of the movie a bit, because you can see I've gone just outside cutoff. So all I have to do for that is select the upper arm, which is the top of the hierarchy, and I'll turn off the animate button, because that means I want to move everything over without it being a keyframe. And there should do. Actually, I might scale it down a bit as well. So having the animate button off allows me to make all those changes without actually setting keyframes or affecting any existing animation or poses. Right, anyway, back into it. Turn the animate button on, select the IK, select the one we want to animate. Right. So here he is hovering over the pistol. His hand's ready there and he's waiting. Remember that you can hold down Control. With one segment selected, you can hold down Control, and you can scale or rotate or even move that segment. So I'm going to rotate and move it a bit so it's a bit better lined up. I'm going to rotate it so that it's so that it looks a bit kind of more natural. And there we go. That's our first pose. Woo! Now, second pose. I'm gonna have him kind of slowly rise up before he dips down into his holster. So he goes. That's over 10 frames. I could slow that right down if I wanted to, or if I wanted to. Oh, there's all sorts of things I could do, but let's just block out the basic poses. So 1, 2. So the next pose, I'm going to have him dive into the holster now, and he's going to be like pretty much straight. So where is his holster? About there. Yeah, that looks all right. So he's quick. Damn, he's quick. Look how fast that hand goes in. And now he's going to bring the gun up almost as quickly out of the holster. I'm going to bring it out a bit. I'll rotate that back so it kind of drags a little bit. Bang and up. Actually, I might bring him forward a bit and rotate the arm backwards. Once again, holding down Control allows me to rotate. Here we go. So he's pulled the gun straight up. Now I'm gonna put in these other hand poses later after this, and I'll show you. But basically, just putting in the rough poses is what we want so far, and that should do. So he brings it up and sticks the gun out. And he's not as quick as he should be. He'd be dead in the west, wouldn't he? So I can retime these simply by selecting all the keyframes in the timeline and closing the gaps or opening some up. So I'm going to have him even quicker. So I'll just put these keyframes together on all 3 layers. Once again, to select the keyframes on the layers, all you have to do is drag down the list of keyframes or individually select keyframes. You can shift click and select multiple keyframes. Yes. So here we go. Let's play it with shift enter. That looks pretty skillful. Okay, 6 minutes in. Let's get moving. So I'll have him hold that pose for a second before his revolver screams. But as he shoots, this is going to recoil. So I'm going to bring his arm up. Now you can see there that there's a gradual motion of recoil. I don't want that to be a gradual thing. I want it to be very sudden when he shoots. And what I've done here is I've created about 5 frames of gradual movement. Now in ToonBoom software, you can select keyframes or the interpolation between keyframes, and you can set it to a stop motion keyframe. So there's no movement. It'll hold on that keyframe, on that pose, until it gets to the next one. And the way to do that is to select the frames and press Ctrl L. And you can see that the arrows have disappeared from between the keyframes, and that's a stop motion keyframe. So now it's a sudden kick up from the recoil of the revolver, and now I'm going to have the arm settle back down, and that will interpolate again. You see the arrows there in the okay, I'll make that come down a bit more gradually. There we go. So bang, bang. Grab, bang. So that looks lovely. When we come back, we're going to finish this animation, and then we'll start substituting the keyframes of the hand with these drawings here. We can't use a real gun. Might get in trouble. All right, see you very soon. Goodbye.